Will you be able to answer this bond question correctly? Let's test your knowledge on bonds. All right. So I'm just looking, reviewing my final video that I've done not once, not twice, but 6 times. And I realized I made a mistake. And I was like, how did you miss that? It's weird, man. But that's why you review your stuff before you put it out there, because you don't want bad things going out into the ether. Now, obviously, I did 30 videos on average, 15 to 20 minutes each video. So there's going to be over 8 hours of content. A couple times I said a bond as opposed to CD, and I corrected it. But, I'm not going to redo the video for that. But if there's a mistake that's specific, you need to get that squared away. So anyway, that's why it's taking me a lot longer to get this out than I initially thought, because you want to do it right, man. And a lot of these videos, I DX'd them from. I say, I don't want to be. I want to be a little bit more precise, a little bit more specific. You know what I'm saying? And you work on it. It's just editing, basically, is what it is. And don't put crap out there in the ether. That's we don't need that. Obviously, if you have political opinion or whatnot, that's fine. In fact, even that, I'm wearing in my defending gun rights, gun owners of Maine shirt. And if that bothers you, don't buy my course. But this sucker's gonna be published tomorrow. I can't wait, dude. I'm stoked. They're all is good. I've listened to them all. I'm freaking excited, man. All right, so let's test your knowledge on bonds. So I just reviewing. This is part of my course, by the way. Just here's a Schwab bond stuff that's available right now. So 5-year CDs at 5%, but we're going to talk bonds. We're going to see. We're going to actually go to 10 years. So we see 10-year Treasury 4, and that's basically 4 1/8. 0.125 is called an eighth. So just keep that in mind. We got 4.12. We got 4.3 for AAA corporates. And then we got munis at 3.89. And this is what's interesting to me. So let's take a look. These are the current yield to maturity. So let's take a look. Right, so here's our list of bonds. All right, that's under Schwab. That's all AAA rated. 5 was it 5 or I think it's 10 years actually. Let's see. Hold on a second. We don't want continuously callable next year, so we're gonna hold on. We want it to at least be an 8-year or something like that bond. So these are callable in 2032, 2029. But what I want to point out is look at the coupon, 2%. All these are 2%, 2 1/8 right there, coupons. Massachusetts, I guess that's Minnesota, that's Illinois, Canton, Mass, Watertown, Mass, Virginia State Public School District is what this is. Revenue bonds. So these are GO, general obligations. And again, this is what we'll talk about in my course. So I'm giving you a little bit free look here. Revenue bonds. So the revenue bond is based on the revenue that the school generates, whatever it is. It might be a hospital. I don't know. You can click on it and find out. The GO is just general obligation, to pay the roads, pay the schools, whatnot. It's from the taxes. Either way, the interesting thing was a coupon. It's only 2%. Yet the yield to maturity or yield to worst are much higher. And yield to worst is just a yield that you'll get if you hold it to the first callable date. Yield to worst right there is 3.93. So the yield to worst is almost double the coupon. Why would that be, everybody? Why would that be? Why would the yield to worst be double the coupon? Why would that be? Anybody know? Anybody know? Anyone want to take a guess? Want to take a guess? Well, here's the price. 84.83. These are traded at heavily discounted rates. That's a 17% discount. So you're buying a $100 bond for $83. So here you go. So we got 2% coupon. We got yield to worst is basically 4 essentially. And the reason is because the price is so low. $83 on a $100 bond. So what happens here is you're buying the bond for $83. It'll mature at $100. That's a 17% discount. All right. Now you're still only getting, watch. We're gonna watch this. For every $100,000 you have in this bond, you're still only getting $2,000 a year of tax-free income. That's it, $2,000 a year tax-free income. So if you click on the description, it's Watertown, Massachusetts GO bond, 2% callable 2034, it says here. And we're going to see our current yield. Oh, it's only 2.39. Interesting. But the yield to maturity is 3.933. The yield, though, for income is only 2.39. Again, that's based on price as well of what you're getting right now. All right, so what's happening here is you're going to pay a discount, but you're only going to get the 2% coupon. You're only getting $2,000 a year, man, tax-free. That's on $100,000. The rest is going to come in the form of a capital gain, capital appreciation. So you're going to get a 17% premium because you're buying a low coupon bond that's trading much lower than its par value. but you're not going to receive that income until the bond matures. I just want to be clear, because this is an issue with municipal bonds right now. The yields are so low, they're just not worth it, in my opinion. I mean, it could be. It depends on your tax bracket and all that. In this regard, what we do is we figure out our the tax equivalent yield. We take, if you're in a 25% tax bracket, let's just use that for an example. Hold on a second, move this guy out of the way. What we do is we take our current yield, which is just for simplicity, 2.3, I think is what it said. And then we do 1 minus your tax bracket. So if you're in a 25% tax bracket, we do 2.31 divided by 0.75. All right, and that's going to give us a tax equivalent yield of 3%. Well, we just saw the U.S. government debt's paying 3.92, 4.1, I think is what it was. Actually, your U.S. government debt is paying 4.1. So why would you do a municipal bond when you're only getting a tax equivalent yield for a 25% tax bracket, 3%, when you get 4% on a U.S. government debt, which is even more explicitly risk-free, because they're guaranteed by the taxpaying of you and me, and the government can print money to pay the bills. Whereas Watertown, Massachusetts, while they can tax people, they can't print money. So this doesn't make any sense to do a municipal bond. Obviously, everyone's situation is different. I get you, 100%. Now, you'll say, yeah, but I'm getting a 4% yield to maturity, and you are, but that's going to be weighting contingent on the bond maturing at 100, which it will at some point, but you're not getting that income until then. You're not getting that income until then. And on top of that, that is taxed partly as ordinary income and partly as long-term capital gain. All right, whereas at least a government bond, you know for a fact what you get, what you see is what you get. So you got to look at weigh both pros and cons. I think you buy bonds for the income. I wouldn't be messing with the municipal bonds right now, but again, that's for you to determine for yourself, not for me. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.